Welcome back to this Anaheim Ducks franchise mode. Here we are, January 1st, 2026, and we were going to look at our contracts there um, because we had some guys eligible now for extensions now that it turned into the new year. Um, yeah, if you guys don't know with this game, if it's not allowing you to re-sign guys, like it's not showing you an extension, but their contract's coming up, you just have to wait till January 1st to extend them. We looked last video. Zegers is just he doesn't know what he's doing. Carlson, that could be a contract we give to him because that's 8 million, 8 by 8, and then we can still do the 85% trick, and he's at 26 points in 35 games this year, so he looks like he's having another step in his progress. Get all our guys locked in basically. We haven't had to do many bridge contracts, so it'll be 6.8 by 8. That's pretty good. Second line center. Drysdale, he has 16 points in 35 games, playing first pairing. And he wants, yeah, we'll give him that too. Keep this core together. So it's 4.4 by 8. Even if he's a second pairing guy, that's an incredible, incredible contract. Zellweger, 15 points. He's a -6. He's on the second pairing there. I really like his stats. That could be an interesting one. Like, he's not worth that much more than Drysdale, but he's still probably worth that. Because that would be 5.25. That's what it would be for 8 years. I think we'll just give that to him. In real life, people are giving contracts as prove-it deals rather than what they've already proven. Kyra, he's only played 35 games. This is his first season. We could just bridge him. Maybe we'll wait just because it's his first season. And the rest of these are really free agent guys, but just wanted to take a look at those guys now. Let's look at how Vejmelka's doing, because we're close to a playoff spot. We maybe want to look at getting a different goalie, just because maybe I'll look at what league average is, see if he's below there. And we could use a forward if we're gonna go for it, but we might wait till the trade deadline to do that. I was just seeing there, it looks like we might have been slightly under the cap. It looks like they added a bit to our contracts, so we were under the minimum cap, so that kind of sucks. Just kind of remind, because maybe we want to start buying if we're going to go for it this year. Kulich isn't doing horrible. This bottom pairing isn't doing great. I might give them until the trade deadline, because I do have Fabro as a scratch. It's nice that it seems like these guys are getting split time. Because, yeah, save percentages, like good goalies do get good save percentages. Let's see how Hellebuck just as a high overall goalie. Yeah, he's been kind of back and forth. Had a bad first year. Like, there's a lot of guys doing a lot better. So I might see if there's another 82, just so they can split time with Dostal, because Vejmelka's doing even worse than Dostal. I'll just go to player search, sort goalies by overall, and just see if there's 82s here. There'll only be a certain amount, but get Gibson back. Who's playing the best out of these guys? These guys all have contracts. Like Wall, I would be fine with getting with his contract. 905, 891, 888, 904. Dostal's ours. Anderson, bring him back. Binnington's actually technically doing the best. He must be on a better team. He's played the most games as well, but that contract's pretty tough. Maybe the Leafs want to trade Wool? Is he he's their starter? He is. However, I don't know if that makes sense for them to trade him. Trying to make a realistic trade here. I might cut to see if I can find what a realistic trade would be. Alright guys, so it looks like it might be best option to bring Anderson back. Just get a guy in there. Hopefully he performs better. Goalies are so fluky. But Melko we had half retained, and since he's doing so bad we'll have to add. So I figured adding in a former second rounder that looks like he could be ready for that, or third rounder that could be ready for the NHL. We have so many guys like this that I'd say that's about valuable. So let's see if they want to do that. Nice. And we'll get him in there. Anderson's back in Anaheim. Alright, let's get up to the trade deadline, see if we can compete for a spot. See if our goaltending can do any better for us, and then maybe we can buy a forward and maybe some other depth guys to try to get these young guys a taste of the playoffs finally. And all those guys signed. Massive losing skid. 5 in a row. It's not great. Alright, so we made it to the trade deadline and the boys proved that they're not quite ready for the playoffs. They fell out. They just kept losing. kept losing, and Frederik Andersen didn't do what we needed him to do. I was thinking we might like just conservatively buy, but like we're 9 points out of a playoff spot, so maybe we can see if we can trade Andersen. But I guess this is kind of gonna be a limbo year where we kind of waste time. We'll be a conservative seller. I feel like these guys have, like, Schmaltz has been on the block every single year. And Eriksson Ek. So yeah, let's just look at who we might want to move. We don't really have anybody. We're probably going to have to get some more vet guys, try to make the playoffs, some depth guys next year. Because Anderson was, last time I checked, he was an 888. He might have got worse. Yeah, 888 in 9 games with us, so did worse than that. I think Klang will give the chance next year. 3 years in the AHL. Oh yeah. Fabro. We could look to move Fabro maybe. Because because we don't know what we're gonna need next year. He would be a good guy to take Luno's spot if we need it next year, but might just take a look at it. Might not be worth it. And yeah, I'm gonna see what the find trade option says for Mr. Anderson. And then we could play, we could bring up Klang just for some NHL experience, or we could just throw Alexander in there. A 7th, Shogard. That's interesting. We don't really need a goaltending prospect, but I don't know how Sogard's worth that. Might take a look at that Vayu guy, or a 6th. Alright. 930. Holy. I don't know if we need him though. Seattle was offering a prospect. I think it was Seattle. Maybe it wasn't Seattle. Huh. Oh no, it was Philly. I think we'll take the 6th for him. Like, just cause, yeah, that contract. And like, he's doing nothing, he's 36. Seattle, you can take him. And Fabro, I'm not sure if I want to move him, but we'll see. 4th. 4th. Ah, we'll keep him, because he might be a good player for us next year. So let's just see if the AHL can do well again. We'll bring up Klang to be a backup just to get some NHL experience, and then maybe we'll send him down again. Winnipeg traded Ryan Leonard back to Washington. All right. Because he doesn't have waivers, so he could go back for the playoffs. Get Clara some starting minutes too, because he's 74. Alright, so we missed the playoffs, just like we thought. Finished 6th in the division, so not great. How many teams finished below us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we finished 7th last still somehow. So let's look at the stats. I think I just remembered. I think we didn't look at the awards for last year. So oh yeah, we did. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. So in the league, Winnipeg's just back-to-back. I think they had 119 points last year too to get the Presidents. See if they win the cup again, winning the Presidents. Which teams are bad? Yeah, it's kind of the same as real life still. 3rd season in here. Goals for per game. We don't look horrible. We're still near the bottom. Goals against per game. We are not near the top or the bottom. Power play, we're not in the bottom. Not surprisingly, not in the top. Penalty kill, we're not in the top or the bottom. So we've just kind of been mid the whole time, even though we finished bottom here. So let's look at our lines. It's actually interesting. McTavish seems to miss a few games every year, even though his durability is 86. I think his durability went down. It used to be an 87. So yeah, good seasons from Marner and Zegras. Although Marner, I kind of want more. Like, I want him to break out even more because we traded a franchise guy for him. Hopefully, once we get good, he'll be good. Carlson, we gave him that extension. Looks like he'll probably grow into that because that's an improvement. Just improving slowly. Kulich, that's not horrible. Yeah. And then our bottom 6 here. These guys kind of split the season because we traded away that other winger. Minchikov had, is that back-to-back 51 points? 50 points, 51. Pretty good. That extension's kicking in. Drysdale, Zellweger, like these look like 3 big guys. Kyrou in his first season. Lacombe in his first season. Hopefully next year they do better. Dostal. He went down. He's not doing great. Like, we tried splitting time with him. I guess we kind of gave up on splitting time once we traded Anderson, but he has not played well except for 9 games in the AHL the first season, so I'm not sure. Not sure about that one. Maybe we should. I guess we do have other prospects that can just take over. Hellebuck's just a monster. Yep, just blew everybody out of the water. Swayman's good. They did trade him, or maybe he signed somewhere else. Gabe Perreault. He's a very talented player. I don't understand how he fell where he went. Not some super high. Oh, what the? Chris Letang. That's 38 years old. Montour's just stat growth god. Any goal scorers? Letang scored 32. 32 goal scorers as defensemen. Forwards, goal scorers, or Nylander, just like his this year real life. He took us. Imagine if the Leafs get him on that in real life. That'd be crazy. Ovechkin is just. Yeah, I'm gonna have to nerf him. In the new roster update. Lots of goal scorers this year. Verhaeghe is still scoring lots of goals. Still in Florida. Assists. Zaka. I guess he was feeding pasta. Let's look at all of them. Nishushkin. Lots of Winnipeg Jets up there. The Sharks are awful. Oh my god. I don't know what they're doing there. None of our guys up there though. And penalty minutes, Foligno again. Shots, is it Ovi? It's gotta be Ovi. Yeah. Power play points, it's just Ovi sitting on the power play. Time on ice. Orensky. Hits. Jenner again. He's led it every season. And his body checking is only 83, 93, 88 aggressiveness. He doesn't even have a X factor for hitting, but Jack Quinn. Alright. It's like they just randomize who hits. And Foligno and Middleton. Oh, Middleton's now on the Leafs, probably fighting Foligno every time now, his former teammate. Yeah, there's no fighters really anymore. So yeah, let's go see who we want to send down for the AHL playoffs again. Kind of getting tiring here. The same thing every year, just missing playoffs, and we could send Kyrou down. Nah, he's an NHLer now. I don't think any forwards. I think we'll just send down Klang. And then we'll go best lines in the AHL. And then Klang might, like with Dostal. Dostal still has like 2 years on his contract, but he might be losing his job. He's 25 now. Has not had good season yet. Maybe we didn't do great with his development, but do we want Ross Johnston in the playoff lineup? I'm not sure if we want that. Get the vet Goodbranson in for playoffs. Klang and Clara's just growing. So yeah, let's see how the AHLer guys, let's finish their season and see how they can do. Second in the conference, or in the division. Faxa's down. We dropped down to 4th in the division. So, not great. Lost 3 out of our last 4. Probably want to get Faxa back in the lineup. Ah, they put Lupina in. I think it's fine. So yeah, 2 games to close it here. Yeah, nice shutout. Klang's going back to carry his AHL team again. Alright, game 5 here. Last game of the series. I think I'll just leave it how it is. Hopefully they can win. Nice. I don't think they made it past the second round before. So now they're into 4 games, or 7 game series. There's back-to-back wins. Can they get to the finals? They can. Against Springfield, which I think they usually have a pretty strong AHL team. I don't even remember who NHL team Springfield is. They keep changing. Is it Florida now? No, I don't. It's like St. Louis maybe? Nice. So we won the championships in the AHL. And Winnipeg is in the finals again. They won again, back-to-back Jets. That's crazy. So let's look at awards. Let's look at AHL awards for fun this year because we won. See what our team did. There's us. We didn't lead the regular. We knew that. Bestuzhov had the most. He had the regular season points. That's cool. Logan Shaw's still playing. That's interesting. Bestuzhov won the playoff trophy as well. Sportsmanship as well. So nice. NHL. We know the Jets won it back to back. Look at that. That's crazy. And they played Toronto and Pittsburgh. So the Dubas teams. Nylander won the Art Ross. Hart. Letang. Nylander just cleaning up. Gabe Perreault. Connor won the Conn Smythe. So Morrissey, Connor. Hellebuck won the Vezina and the Jennings. Nashville's coach, I guess, is the best coach. Aho, we've got different. Now Bergeron's gone, it's just going around. And Ovi won the Rocket. Okay. So let's see if we need to do any extensions here. I don't think there's much. Oh, well, yeah, it does, Zegras. Now he wants an extension. So he didn't have quite as many points this season. He wants... Yeah, you're going to be taking a bridge, buddy. I think 3 years, maybe. Take him till he's 28. And then give him another 8 years. Hopefully he'll want a team friendly by then. This is such a Trevor Zegras move. $9.125 for 3 years. Kyrou, he's a low elite. That's interesting. He moved to that. He never even was a high top 4, but pretty good pickup if he can actually work out. This is a bridge, which we should have done that earlier, but we're not struggling for money. We'll just give him that bridge, sure. Take him till he's last year of RFA. 2x3. Hopefully he can prove it. All these guys we can decide in the... And we have all our... Dostal hop back up. It's going to be him and Klang. Let's see if they sign, and then let's see if we moved up. Moved back 2 spots this year. Not sure. Oh, there's a franchise guy again. This is a Gavin McKenna and Ryan Rubrek draft. So 9th we could get this guy, who's probably an elite playmaker, looks like. This guy might be elite too. This guy is a top 6, I know that. So we could get another elite forward. Now we're to the point where created players are... We're in the 2026 draft. There's a goalie, German goalie. Doesn't really interest me. 19-year-old sniper definitely doesn't interest me. 18-year-old defenseman. That doesn't even really interest me that much. Could have an X Factor. Small sniper. That could interest me. So yeah, not too much. We'll look at retired players. Jeff Carter, still in Pittsburgh. They lost in the Cup final. It sucks. Ryan Suter, Giordano. Still nothing too crazy for retirements. I don't think we need to do any interviews. This Cheestoff guy, he's going to be a defensive defenseman. So, we might have time for the draft. I kind of want to know I might save it for the next video. Just to see if we could use that, or maybe we want to trade it again. Let's look at progress reports. I didn't do that last year. Mars got a bunch of stat growth. I don't know why he hasn't even hit 100 points. Same with Zegras, so that's not the best to see. He might be like an actual 80, 89. Same with Terry. Minchukov stat growth too. That's good to remember. Both. Carlson's natural growth. I really like to see that. Chikrin. I honestly forgot we had Chikrin. Yeah. And Kulich. A mix, but it is more natural growth. Zellweger. All natural growth. Dostal. So he's trying to naturally grow, but his stats are just dragging him down. Kyrou, we gave him an extension. That's all natural growth. Klang, what about you? That's got to be natural. Nothing that special. What's Lundestrom? He's getting negative stats. He doesn't put up many points. Purrington, he's like, he was so high overall, but then they never grow any, which is whatever. Pastujov jumped up to from a medium 9 to a low 6. It's almost like a downgrade. Clara, natural growth. These prospects. This guy, I mean, yeah, that's what you need, a bunch of natural growth. I like this Hannon guy. He's a two-way forward, 6'5", 212. Petre. What about Ludwig? Hemming. Definitely could be something. Leach. You are a first rounder before. Playing in the AHL seems like it's working. This guy forgot to sign, so hopefully he can. I liked him, so yeah. So I think I'll save the draft for next year, or next video. We're in a spot where we could just stay there and get an elite player. We've got these 4, 5, 6. None of the rest of these guys. Like Savoy might have the stats if we could. We could throw him up there if we want. Like again, like we have the guys. We just need to start winning. There's these 3, Kyrou. In the AHL we have not really much at all. Like this guy I'm not even gonna sign, unfortunately. Forwards, this guy's interesting, but He's got a long way to go. He had the most growth, and that's good, seeing him play more in the Extraliga. We have these guys, so we don't really need a forward. We might want to look at maybe getting like a really good third liner. Maybe there's a team with a couple expiring forwards that we could trade our first for, trade back again, grab their signing rights, or even not even just free agents, but we could, oh, glitch. Or we could sign guys or trade for a team that has like a couple veteran bottom six guys that might be able to, that are really good. Or we could get Crosby and put him in the third line. Trade for his rights. Crosby Malkin. That could be interesting. They're just in the playoffs, so I don't know if that's exactly not really realistic at all. What about some other guys? Some good guys that would be, like Mikheyev would be good. Does Vancouver have anybody else that's... could be a third liner for us? Like if I get two, and then I play like some of our young guys. Who else would be a good... Lawton. We could trade with a couple teams. These guys are all free agents, so we can kind of just look around. See who's got what. They're young. Boston's got... We could bring Kaloran back. He's still on that contract. We could bring Kaloran and then Lawton. That wouldn't be horrible. Kaloran's getting older, but he's still pretty good. Boston's definitely built like Boston, I would say. Boston would be interesting. Buffalo, like I like Tuck, but he's... yeah, no. Vetrano we could get back. 22 goals, not bad. Not the best. Kadri's still on that contract. I mean, like, Kopp and Dubé wouldn't be horrible. Contracts would be, though. I don't know how Detroit traded that. Bunting Jarvis, even Jarvis is a pretty good. Like, we could go Bunting Jarvis then, they're not as old. And Jarvis is an RFA, but Sidorov is the guy we traded. Chicago not really interests me. Bannon Johnston. He's not really a third, like my type of third liner. Comfer Berggren could be a good guy. Again, not really. Soderbaum, just get this, the dangler, the 6'8" dangler. Evander Kane and Zucker. Or Niederreiter. Byfield. Maybe they're looking to... That could be interesting. Byfield and Moore. I mean, we don't need the... That actually is pretty interesting. Byfield and Moore. So, LA and Boston interest me right now. Don't know if I want to trade with LA though. Kuznetsov. We could get Foligno and just have him like fuck shit up. Bennett and Doc. What's this guy? That could be interesting. My type of third liners. Barbanov. New Jersey's stacked. I can't believe New York still has Wheeler. Michkov, how has he grown? That interests me. He's almost like a playmaker, even though I made his stats different. Josh Anderson. He could be like a interesting third liner. We could get like Anderson. If I get like Anderson, Gauthier, Tippett, that would be so interesting. That could almost be a line if Gauthier played center. Domi Rust. No, I don't like that. Bring Henrique back. These guys had a very awful season. Henrique Perron. Perron's definitely a third line type guy. They're old. Had a bad season. Stayed in California. How's the guy we traded for Marner doing? Crazy still 19. 79 points. Looks like he's gonna work out for them. He'll do good. He'll do well with Matthews. Only 11 goals. He's just passing like crazy. Mikheyev and like Boyd could be interesting. Barbashev, that would be cool. Wilson, that'd be my type of guy. Even Eberle's a pretty gritty guy sometimes. Barlow Youngkrok, that could work. Pacioretty's playing somehow. I didn't realize I still had him in the game. I don't know if he's going to retire. Winnipeg could be interesting as well. There's a few interesting ones. What were the other interesting ones here? Look, we had LA, San Jose. So just the California teams. But yeah, I think we'll do that draft next video. We might trade back, see if we can get some NHLers and win. Thanks for watching, guys.